Hello, this is ET here. I want to speak about Aboriginals of Australia and to Aboriginals of Australia if they so ever choose to look at this video. There's something that ought to be said. Not all white people are racist. In fact, some black people are racist. And years ago I offered to build houses and help Aboriginal people build houses somewhere in the middle of Australia, and a church for them, and I designed the whole thing and how the system would all work. And I was willing to go up live up there with the Aboriginal people. I was told by an Aboriginal man in no uncertain terms to fuck off. We don't want white people taking all the glory here. Well, I've never had to deal with such racism before myself. I'm an amiable, tall sort of guy who gets on with anyone. I don't care where people come from or what colour they are, as long as they're nice and polite. I can't stand aggressive people, in other words. They scare the shit out of me. Now, the point of this is this. If that man is rude to me for no reason when I offered to build houses on a church up near Unundata somewhere, and I'm in the construction industry all my life, I know what I'm doing. And that man basically told me to bugger off because I was white. It suggests to me that maybe he's a bully towards his own people. You see, it's like this: the people who are bullies towards other people, say white people, or white people are bullies towards black people, it doesn't matter which way it goes, those people are usually bullies towards their own people. And if people, these are usually weak people, there's some weakness in them, they think it's tough to say, piss off white person, we don't want you working and building churches and building houses for us Aboriginals. I wasn't. I was going to show Aboriginals how to build their own houses so they can get the government off their back and become independent, because that's the idea I had, is to show them how to build houses, not on an 8-hour white man's slavery. I don't believe in that either. But I think I did offer to show them how to build houses in a way that would suit the Aboriginals' way of thinking, and also design houses. I designed houses suitable for Aboriginals to live in the bush with the help of other Aboriginals who weren't so racist. I met some nice Aboriginals, I know some lovely Aboriginals, and they said, what sort of housing would you like? Show me, draw me in the sand a sort of a house you could live in, and I will design a way of building a house like that so you people can build it, and you've got the sort of structures that you'll feel comfortable in living in the desert. So you don't need air conditioning, you don't need heating. I'll build the houses, engineer them so they stay cool and warm in winter, cool in summer, and that sort of thing, because it's not difficult and it's not expensive. Contrary to popular belief, houses aren't expensive to build. It's the government system is extremely expensive, because it's more about ripping the system off than building houses for Aboriginals. I think recently we've had cases against a beautiful man called Bill Leake, and we all are very sad about him passing by. That he was called a racist at all is basically called shit stirring, if you like. And the Australian Human Rights Commission were inciting racial hatred by Aboriginals, or trying to, against white people for no other reason, because they want to cause a division in society. So they want to attack, the idea of the left is to attack all older white men as racist, and we're not. We're not. And it's not true that white men are all racist right back for hundreds of years. It's simply totally untrue. Racial clashes happen because of clashes of culture, more than any other reason. Racial clashes happen because of clashes of culture, not because of race. This is the thing everyone seems to be missing. If you're angry with me, I don't want to know you. I don't care what colour you are. If you're angry Aboriginal, with me because of ancestors that are nothing to do with me at all, then you're creating a division, not me. And it's time there's more understanding on NTV, or whatever it's called, NITV, whatever it is called, about a more positive perspective about white people. We're not all evil. They say the white people of the 19th century had a very, very hard life. In the UK, in England, do you think they were all living in luxury? Do you think they were all sort of living... Have you ever read Dickens and found out how white people generally lived in England? In the Industrial Revolution, they had appalling lives. Their lives were nowhere near as good as the Aboriginal lives living in Australia, and they were getting killed off by their thousands, and their children weren't even, they were being born and dying immediately they were being born because of the poisons and diseases in that society. Perpetuating hateful myths, dragging up the past all the time, not learning to forgive, is holding the Aboriginals back. If you don't love yourself, you can't love other people. If you can't forgive anyone, you cannot forgive yourself. And maybe, you know, yes, there's some I agree totally, wholeheartedly, that some very awful things have happened to Aboriginals, but it's not the people, the white people today, are nothing to do with that. And it's really is up to Aboriginals to stop destroying their own people. We're not bashing Aboriginals. It may occur because I just totally disagree with police violence, but it's Aboriginals bashing Aboriginals and killing Aboriginal women. We're not doing that. That's creating anger and despair and shame within the Aboriginal community that the Aboriginal community must come to terms with. It's not, and I can understand the anger and frustration builds up in people, but if you haven't got self-control and self-discipline, for goodness sake, stop blaming other people, whatever race they are, for your own lack of self-discipline. We all like a drink, we all like to smoke marijuana, we all like to do all those things, but we say, no, we cut it out if it's affecting our lives. It's up to you, each individual on this planet, to tread their own path and make their own path. Aboriginals I've got a great deal of respect for, but they have to have respect for themselves by stop damaging their own people. That's the simplest way and the cheapest way for Aboriginals to advance, is for them to make a decision and for them to stop encouraging racism against white people over and over and over, reinforcing negative stereotypes of white people as racists. If we do reinforce negative stereotypes of Aboriginals, which we don't, we know they're totally diverse people and we love them for that, but we think the love is not mutual, because NTV and people like that reiterate the past all the time. It's as if England should be at war with Germany perpetually because of billions of our people killed by Germans, and vice versa. You cannot perpetuate wars forever, because that's what's happening. Aboriginals don't need a white government half as much as they think they do. They need to understand, they need to be organised, they need to come to realisation and take control of their own lives, and then they don't need the white government. Anyway, this is ET sending a message to the Aboriginals of Australia. Stop being racist against whites, because we now are not the whites of 200 years ago or 100 years ago, and some of us are not racist at all. We don't even understand what that means, because we just don't care where people come from. And it's time Aboriginals stop caring where people were from and worry about the now and the present, and start looking after their own children and their own women and their own communities in ways so they can have a beautiful life in this country, living on the back of white capitalism. Enjoy your life, become Buddhist, learn Tai Chi, learn to meditate without booze. Anyway, this is ET, hoping a few Aboriginals may get this message, and God bless you all.